Hey, so by 4:15, I definitely meant 4:30, and by 4:30, I mean 5 minutes after that. I am never on time these days. I guess I thought that I was super mom, and I'm really overestimating my skills in that department. But the kid is having a snack and playing in her water table, and I have a full view of her for anyone that's worried about it. But I am going to quickly make, I've prepared, spent all afternoon on this, preparing. I know my screen is sideways, guys, but we'll just deal with it for now. So we're making zucchini quiche today. And when I said breaking the rules, it's not as crazy as you'd think, but really what's happened here is that we're not making a regular pie crust, like with all the fatty lard. It does taste really good, but this is kind of an all-in-one egg dish. You don't use the 1 to 2 egg to milk ratio like you would in the regular custard that a quiche is. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. So I'll show you, I showed you earlier, this is the other half of my poor zucchini, but I did about 2.5 cups of zucchini in the blender, and I would suggest using a food processor if you have it. Again, I'm breaking the rules, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to put in some, really with a quiche, you can put any filling in, but like I said, that zucchini needed to be used. I'm going to use some corn from the other night along with some red pepper. So together, it's about, a cup, little less. And here I have about half a cup of shredded cheese. You can use any cheese that you can shred. And then I also have some 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. And then here I have half a cup of diced onions. Okay, so I'm just going to mix that up, and I'm sorry for yelling in your face. That's always nice during a live video, isn't it? Okay, wow, that's really nice and colorful. It's pretty. I've got 3 eggs here already. I don't want you to see how great I am at cracking the eggs. And then you dig out the eggshells after. Okay, so I'm just going to beat these nicely, if you can beat nicely. My child beats on me nicely. Okay, so we've got that put together. Okay, behind this door, I have, now I have to remind myself, it's about half a cup, a little more of whole wheat flour. The recipe calls for flour, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna make it a little healthier. I'll put in some whole wheat flour. Okay, and then I have a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, not baking soda, but baking powder. And then here I have a half a cup of milk, or just over again, and then I added a little bit of olive oil, so just, I don't know, a teaspoon of olive oil. So I'm going to pour that into my dry ingredients at this point, and I'm going to put my eggs right in there. See, I make it look so easy because it really, really is. There's no rules. I said I'm breaking the rules, but unless you're baking something extravagant, you're baking a cake from scratch. If we were making a real quiche, there's rules. It will come out, if you're not using a full fat milk, here I'm using full fat because that's what my daughter drinks, and usually I drink a couple paralyzers here and there with the full fat milk too. Why not? Why not? Okay, so I've got this mixed up pretty good, the dry ingredients with the egg and the milk. Okay, so as I was saying with the full fat milk in a regular quiche, you want that because otherwise it won't set on you. Have you ever had a really runny quiche or it was really chewy? If it was really chewy, then you probably had too many eggs in comparison to the amount of milk you had. Okay, I'm just going to pour that in there. See, this is what really confused me about the recipe. This is the recipe that my sister shared with me, and I said, okay, that's not a quiche, but we'll still call it that because I don't know what else to call it. We're gonna mix it up, and I have preheated my oven. I should have told you that before, but I had my oven preheated to 400. Okay, and I have my 9-inch pie plate right here. I don't need my pie shell. And we're going to throw this mixture in. I have a feeling it's going to be too much because the recipe had it for 2 pie shells and I just halved it. But there was an extra egg, so we'll see. It might be just a little too much. Oh, well, I would recommend putting something underneath so that it's not going to wreck your oven dreams and you have to clean it tomorrow. So that's it. That's a zucchini quiche. Like I said, it's not a real quiche, but it's pretty darn close and I bet it's real tasty. So I'm going to share this recipe with you probably tomorrow on my fan page, Krista Potter, and yes, I'm using my maiden name because it's easier to say, Krista Potter, Wellness Entrepreneur. So I'm going to put that on there. Like I said, if this is tasty enough to be in my, my book, I will put it in my healthy dinner guide that will be available very soon, and it's going to be absolutely free. So keep watching. Later on this week, I'm going to have to use the rest of that zucchini because it ain't gonna eat itself. Okay, so I'm going to go put this in the oven and I'll talk to you guys later.